Hello everybody, Sanub is here with your second part of your ninth first subject. In the last class, we have discussed about solid, liquid, gas and all, right? Lots of type of matters, type of particles and what are the characteristics of particles. Everything we have discussed in the last class. Today, we are going to discuss about the change of state. Change of state. What are the states? States of matter. There are three states of matter that we have already discussed: solid, liquid and gas. Right, there are three states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. Here we are going to discuss about whether the states will change. That means if a solid material is here, whether it will change into a liquid or into a gas. Will it be possible? That we are going to look now. Yes, these states can be changed. With some external things have to come into it. Those things can be temperature, pressure or anything. Okay, here we are going to that. Look here. Here, one material is there in the solid state. When this solid state material heats or it undergoes heat, it will change into a liquid state. And when it undergoes again, when it exposed to heat again, it will change into gaseous state. Right? Again this gas we are cooling, it undergoes cooling and it changes into liquid. Then again this liquid material we are cooling, it will change into solid. It is little confusing, right? Yeah. I'll make you to know that with some examples. I am having an ice cube. I am having an ice cube. Okay? And I am heating this ice cube. What will happen? This ice cube will melt and it will become water. Right? This is a beaker. Inside a beaker, water is there. Okay? As you know, I am very good in drawing. You will understand that. So this is a beaker, inside that water is there. Okay, so ice cube has been converted into a water when heated. And the next one, I am again going to heat this water. What will happen? This water will start to evaporate, right? Evaporation means is a form of gas, right? It is a form of gas. So this has been converted into gas. Let it be evaporate. Vapor. Let it be vapor. That means this ice cube is a solid. Water is a liquid. Vapor is a gaseous state material. Right. So when I heated solid converted into a liquid, and when I again heated the same water and it converted into a water vapor, which can be considered as a gaseous material. So when these states, when this solid or liquid, when it undergone heating, its change of state has happened. This state has been changed. And I am doing the reverse process of this. Here what I have done, everything I done here is with heat. Now I am going to do the reverse process of this. What is the opposite of heat? It will be cooling, right? It will be cooling. When from a beaker, these water vapors are rising up. If you try to close that beaker, these water vapors will be blocked by the cap you have put, and it will directly convert into a droplets of water. Have you ever noticed that? If you haven't, you just try that at your home. In the kitchen and all, you can go and check that. If water vapors are going up and you are just put your hand above that, that is enough. Your hand, this side will become very wet. Why it is happening? Because when this vapor is sitting on your hand, it is getting cooled and it converts it to a liquid state. Okay, so vapor When you cools the vapor, what will happen? It will become water. Water means water droplets. You collect that water droplets into a small any beaker, a small beaker or a ice cube maker and all. You just collect it and again expose it into cool, or you just put that into a refrigerator. What will happen? At this maximum amount of cool, this water droplet will convert into solid state. That means this ice cubes, right? Ice cube is in solid state, right? So this vapor has been cooled and it has been converted into water. Then again I am cooling this water to make the ice cubes. To make the ice cubes. So this is a gaseous state, liquid state and solid state. This also has been converted or changed. So here the same thing I have written here. Solid state undergoes heat. That means ice cube heats to form the water. Solid heats to form liquid. Then this water again I heat to form the water vapors. That means liquid again heats to form gas. You just relate it with the example we have discussed. And the same thing happens in the reverse order while cooling. This water vapor, when we cool the water vapor, it will convert into water droplets. That means gas will convert into liquid. Again, if we are cooling that liquid material or water, it will become ice cubes or a solid state material. Ice cube or a solid state material. So this is a change of state with the help of temperature. Right? Temperature is the factor we are using here. Temperature is the factor we are using here, right? So this change of state is happening because of temperature. By the help of temperature, how the change of state is happening? If a question is coming like that, what you have to say? When solid undergoes heat, it will convert into liquid state. Then again, if we are heating, it will change into a gaseous state. And this gas we are cooling again, and it will reverse into a liquid state, and it will be again reversed while cooling into a solid state, right? That is the change of state happening with the help of or by the help of temperature. Is that clear? I think you have already noted these things. Just note it down and draw this structure. It is there in your textbook. It is there in your textbook. You just it is better to draw that to your notebook also. Okay. Now we are moving to the next one. Here we have discussed about temperature, right? So the next one will be with the help of pressure. How the change of state is happening with the help of pressure. How the change of state is happening with the help of pressure. Look here. I am coming from the back. I am coming from the back side. You might have seen this gas lighters, cigarette lighters. Have you seen that? What is there inside that cigarette lighter? Is that a gaseous form or liquid form? It is in a liquid state, right? That inside that cigarette lighter, it is there in a liquid state. But the thing is that the material inside that cigarette lighter is a gas actually. When it is compressed, when it has undergone extensive pressure, it has been converted into a liquid state. That gas has been converted into a liquid state. So it is better to take the example of gas lighter. Inside the gas lighter, I will draw a rough structure. It will not look like a gas lighter, but you should assume that it is a gas lighter. Okay. So inside that, some liquid type of materials will be there. Actually, it is gas, because inside this gas lighter, a heavy amount of pressure is there. Okay, it is compressed inside that. So because of that much pressure, this gas has been converted into a liquid state. Okay, this gas has been converted into a liquid state. If we are applying more pressure, what will happen? This will be converted into a solid state. That will not be familiar for you. It will not be, you may not have been seen that. It is not that much available at our area and all. It is mainly used for some chemical labs and all this type of solid chemical materials. In your textbook itself, an example is written that about solid carbon dioxide. Have you ever heard about that? Solid carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide you have heard because it is there, no? In our nature itself it is there. But it is not in a solid state. It is in a gaseous state. Right? Solid carbon dioxides are there. These solid carbon dioxides are made with the help of high pressure. A gaseous carbon dioxide will be converted into a liquefied carbon dioxide like this. By giving intense amount of pressure to that, it will be converted into a liquid state. A liquid carbon dioxide or liquefied carbon dioxide. Right? And this liquefied carbon dioxide undergoes more amount of pressure to convert it into a solid carbon dioxide. And if we want to take it a reverse, there is a problem. We will not be able to convert a solid carbon dioxide or a solid chemical gas into a liquid state. We can only convert it into a gaseous state. That means it cannot be formed like this. We cannot do like that. Once the gas is reformed into a liquid state and to a solid state, if we want to reverse it, it is not be possible. We can only reverse like this. Like this. A solid into a gas. A solid cannot be converted into liquid. A solid can be converted into gas only. Whereas a gas can be liquefied by applying pressure. If we are applying more pressure, it will be converted into solid. But if we are doing the same process reverse, it will not go back to the liquefied state or liquid state. It will go directly to the gaseous state. Okay, that is the difference between this temperature and pressure. In temperature, the thing is that everything is happening step by step. It is in the reverse order and the forward order. It is touching all the states. Solid, liquid, gas, every state it is going through every stages. But when it is coming to the pressure, the gas is liquefied by applying pressure. This liquefied gas can be solidified by giving more amount of pressure. Right? But this solid can be reversed only to the gaseous state, not to the liquid state. It will not be possible to convert into a liquid state. It is possible to convert to a gaseous state. Okay, I think you are clear about these two topics. We have discussed about change of state today. First one is with the help of temperature, and the second one is with the help of pressure. In temperature, what is happening? We have discussed an example of ice cube, and in pressure we have discussed example of gas lighter and carbon dioxide, right? When it is coming to the ice cube you know that it is in solid state. When we are applying heat, this ice cube will be converted into water, and again if we are applying heat, this water will become water vapors. Water vapor means it is a gaseous state, right? And if we are cooling the water vapor, it will become water, and if we are again cooling the water, it will become an ice cube. The same process is happening here, and it is happening with the help of temperature. When it is coming to the pressure, there is only a small change. It is happening first, it will happen in the reverse order. That means a gas will be converted into a liquefied gas if we are applying pressure. And this liquefied gas can be converted into solid by applying more pressure. But the thing is that if we are doing this in the reverse order, this solid will not convert into a liquid by applying the pressure. Solid will directly convert into a gas only. Okay? One more point I have to say, that is about evaporation. Okay, evaporation I have told here, we are converting the water droplets into water vapors and all. That is the process of evaporation actually. I will say how evaporation is occurring. That we can discuss. Evaporation is occurring when a water or any liquid state items is reaching up to its boiling point. When it is reaching up to its boiling point level. When it is reaching at the boiling point level, it will start to convert into a gaseous state and it will rise from the beaker. Have you seen while you are making a pot of tea and all, you will be keeping a beaker on the gas stove and you will burn that. It will start to boil. If you keep looking at that, after some time this water will be vanished from the beaker. How it is happening? When this intense amount of heat is coming to that beaker, right? And this water will start to boil. After when it is going more than this boiling point, it will convert into vapors, water vapors, gaseous state, and it will start to rise to the atmosphere. That is the process of evaporation. We have to discuss some more points in our problem section, in our activity section related to this, that we can discuss later. Anyway, I am winding up today's session. Here, Sanu signing off. Thank you.